Now we're going to be looking at the angles of a polygon. So to begin with, I'm going to ask, find the interior angle sum for each polygon. Round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. What I'm going to do, I need to find out how many angles I have for the angles on the inside. I can either count the corners or I can count the sides. It's the same number. So in my case, it's easier to count the sides. So let me count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There are 10 sides. That means there's 10 angles. The way I'm going to find out how much the angles on the inside add up to, because that's what interior angle sum means. The angles on the inside, let me add them up. The way I'm going to find out how much they add up to, I remember a formula. N minus 2, and whatever I get, I'm going to go times 180. Because I had 10 sides, I'm going to go 8 times 180. Remember, 10 minus 2, that's how I got the 8. So I'm just going to go 8 times 180. And I get 1,440. All the angles on the inside must add up to 1,440. All right, let's take a look at number 24. Let me count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's 12 sides. So for me to know how much the angles on the inside add up to, I'm just going to go 10 times 180. And the 10, because remember, n minus 2. That's how I got the 10. Now 10 times 180 gives me 1,800. Now to see if we understand this, I'm going to give you something like this. Solve for x. We're dealing with the angles on the inside. All right, first of all, let me make sure I have all the angles on the inside. I see a line segment here. I see one of my, it was cut down into two angles. One angle is 80. I'm going to say the other angle is 100 because those two angles must add up to 180. Now I look at this right here. The angle on the outside is 42. I'm going to say the angle on the inside is 138. And the reason why is those two angles must add up to 180. All right, now that I have all the angles on the inside, first of all, let me see how much will all the angles on the inside add up to. I know formula n minus 2 times 180. There's 5 angles. So I'm going to go 3. Remember, n minus 2. 3 times 180 gives me 540. So what that means is if I was to add all my angles, let me go x plus 138 plus 2x plus 100 plus 110. I'm adding all the angles, and this is equal to 540. All right. The left side, let me simplify. 1x plus 2x, that's 3x. Numbers wise, 138 plus 100 plus 110 is equal to 348. And this is equal to 540. Let me subtract 348. That way I have the 3x by itself. 540 minus 348 is 192. Let me divide by 3. And that gives me that x equals 64. Cool. Solve for x. X equals 64. Let's try it again. I noticed that one angle is 1/13 and it has a little arc. And there's another angle that's the same arc. So I'm going to say this angle is also 1/13. I see there's 5 angles, right? There's 5 corners. So n is equal to 5. For me to find out how much all of them add up to, I'm going to go 3 times 180, which is 540. So I'm going to add all the corners. So let me go 4x plus 113 plus 2x plus 9 plus 3x plus 8 plus 113. I added everything and is equal to 540. And I know it's 540 because of the n minus 2 times 180. Let me separate them through the equal sign. On the left side, let me combine like terms. 4x plus 2x plus 3x. That's going to give me 9x. Now 113 plus 9 plus 8 plus 113, that is equal to 243. And all this is 540. Now let me subtract 243. So I have the 9x equals 297. Let me divide by 9. And I get that x equals 33. So remember, all the angles on the inside, for us to know how much they add up to, is n minus 2 times 180. I might just ask you to give me the interior angle sum, or I might ask you to solve for x. It's the same idea. Now, I can ask you just for one angle. Find the measure of one angle. I can give you the pictured. You can count the sides as well. Or I can just give you the name, right? Regular 22gon. That means there's 22 sides. That means there's 22 angles as well. Now, I want to know how big is one of them. First of all, let me find out how much all of them add up to. Since there's 22, for me to find out how much all of them add up to, I'm going to go 20 times 180. The 20, because remember I went n minus 2. So 20 times 180 gives me 3,600. That's how much all of them add up to. I'm asking how much is one of them, because there's 22 of them. Let me divide this by 22. I'm going to round it to one decimal place because the instruction said round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. I'm going to say 163.6. I rounded my answer to one decimal place. All right, let's do it again. Question number 28. A regular heptagon. Heptagon means there's 7 sides. That means there's 7 angles as well. So for me to know how much all of them add up to, I'm going to go 5 times 180. Remember the 5 because n minus 2. Now 5 times 180 is 900. So all of them add up to 900. I want to know how much is one of them. So let me divide this by 7. I'm going to round my answer to one decimal place. So I'm going to have 128.6. Now let's take a look at find the measure of one exterior angle. The angles on the outside. I can have you solve for x, right? Kind of like I can give you a picture. I give you the measurements on the outside. You add them up, and it is equal to. Now the angles on the outside, it doesn't matter how many we have. They always add up to 360. So let me say that again. The angles on the outside, it doesn't matter how many we have. They always add up to 360. Now here I'm asking how much is just one of them. So regular heptagon, that means there's 7 of them. I said all of them is 360, so I'm just going to say 360 divided by 7. It is equal to 51.4. I rounded my answer to one decimal place. For regular 14gon, that means there's 14 of them. So 360 divided by 14. 360 divided by 14. I'm going to round it to one decimal place. I get 25.7. I can ask you also to solve for x. I can give you all the angles, and then you let them equal to 360. And then solve for x. Another thing we're going to review is the mid-segment. First of all, let's talk about triangles. I see a mid-segment and the side that is parallel to it. I'm going to ignore everything else. The mid-segment is x plus 14. So let me multiply that by 2. And it's going to equal to, in this case, x plus 20, the one side that is parallel to it. You always multiply the mid-segment times 2. So let me use distributive property to get rid of parentheses. So I have that 2x plus 28 is equal to x plus 20. Let me move the x over. Let me subtract 28 over. So I have that 1x equals negative 8. Now the instructions here are find PR. If you notice, the segment PR is x plus 20. I solve for x. I want you to use x. So I have negative 8 plus 20. That's 12. So once again, solve for x and then use the value of x. Let's take a look at number 32. The mid segment here it is here. The side that is parallel to it is there. I'm going to ignore everything else. The mid segment is x, and I'm going to multiply that by 2. The side that is parallel to it is x plus 7. So on the left side, I just have 2x equals x plus 7. Let me subtract 1x. So I have that x equals 7. Now that I know the value of x, let me plug it in. Let me use the value of x. I'm asking you, find the measurement BC. You notice BC is the mid-segment, which happens to be x. I know x equals 7, so I'm going to say that is 7. Now let's take a look at the medians of a trapezoid. Now, there is one median, or mid-segment, however you guys want to call it. So I'm just going to go 2x minus 8. All of it, I'm going to multiply by 2. The median multiplied by 2. And it is equal to, I notice there are two sides that are parallel to it. I'm going to call those bases. Let me add the bases. 18 plus 2x minus 10. Now the rest is just algebra. The left side, let me multiply by 2. Let me distribute the 2 to get rid of parentheses. That gives me the 4x minus 16 equals, on the right side, when it comes to x, I just have 2x. 18 minus 10, that's 8. So to solve for x, let me move the smallest x. This negative 16, let me move it over as a plus 16. Right, I'm using opposite signs. So 4x minus 2x, that gives me 2x. 8 plus 16 is 24. Divide by 2, I get that x equals 12. Now here it says find the length of the median. The median is 2x minus 8. So solve for x and then use the value of x. I want you to go 2 times 12 minus 8. I know 2 times 12 is 24. Minus 8, I'm going to get 16. So once again, solve for x and then use the value of x. Let's take a look at number 34. The median. It's right there. The median is negative 4 plus 3x. I'm going to multiply that by 2 equals the bases. One of them is 10. The other one is x plus 2. I'm just going to go 10 plus x plus 2. All right, on the left side, let me distribute the 2 to get rid of parentheses. So I have that negative 8 plus 6x equals, on the right side, when it comes to x's, I just have x. Numbers 10 plus 2, that gives me 12. All right, I want to have the x's together, so let me move this x. This negative 8, let me move it over. Don't forget opposite signs. I have that 5x is equal to 20. Divide by 5, that gives me that x equals 4. Now that I know the value of x, I'm going to use it. The instruction said find RQ. Find the length RQ. RQ is x plus 2. I know the value of x now. 4 plus 2, I'm just going to call that 6. Now, let's play a little with the mid-segment of a triangle. I'm going to have you ask here 4 questions. It says, if the measurement of the angle UXY equals 60, so find a corner UXY This is 60. If the measurement of angle UXY equals 60, find the measurement of angle V. The cool thing is that those two angles are equal to each other. So if one of them is 60, I'm going to say that the other one is 60 as well. Let's take a look at the second question. If the measurement of angle W is 45 degrees, that's 45 degrees, find the measurement of angle UYX. UYX is right here. Now, the cool thing is that those two angles are equal to each other as well. So if one of them is 45, the other one is 45 as well. Easy. Now, let's talk about the length of the segments. One question says, if the segment XY equals 50, if that segment is 50, find VW. Right, the mid segment. The mid segment is 50. Since I'm given the mid segment, I'm going to say VW is 100. I'm just going to multiply the mid segment times 2. So this is 100. Now, the last question, it says if VW is 110, find XY. I'm giving you the side now. I'm going to say the mid segment is 55, and the reason why is 110 divided by 2. Okay, this is 55.